Hello. How are you all tonight? Pop in and say hello if you're there. Tonight I want to show you my Wonderland Dreams card making collection. This is the first product. I've got quite a few, so there's going to be an A5 stamp, and there's going to be a colouring and drawing collection, a mixed media collection, and the card making collection. So tonight I just wanted to show you the card making collection and do a little demo. I'm going to show you how to make Humpty and his cup, but I just wanted to go through the elements because I know that a lot of you have either pre-ordered or have been downloading from my website, because it comes with a digital download as well. So I thought I would show you. So this is the front cover. It's A4 size, so then the next page is going to just a little bit of copyright. Then you've got the full artwork, so you can cut that up and use that as you wish. And then we've got, these are A5, so you've got all these little borders. So there's little cards, there's a wall for Humpty to sit on, you've got lots of cups, more borders, cups, and Humpty and the Cheshire Cat. And then you've got lots of words. You probably can't see them, it'll all be back to front, but it's all your usual Alice words like down, down, down the rabbit hole, and what a curious feeling, we're all mad here, who in the world am I, ah, that's a great puzzle. So there's a lot there. These are speech marks in case you want to cut them out and use them because they're little quotes as well. So there's quite a few little words there. And then we've got an A4 sheet of more of the same. So you've got these checks. So these can be like the Mad Hatter's tea cloth. This could be the checked floor. There's lots of things you can do with that. Again, the same as before, only they're bigger. So you've got a bit of choice. I'm glad that you're well, Rebecca. Then you've got this page here. This will be like tearable paper. I'm calling it a tearable sheet. I've printed it off at home. Just on card, but when you get it as a real product, this will be like tearable paper, and the idea is that you tear all these little sections out. You've got your rabbit there, and then I'm going to show you how you can use them in your artwork. So hopefully you can see all the images there. You've got Alice holding her rabbit, and all these words are all words relating to the story. Then you've got your down, down, down the rabbit hole. Who else have we got? Hi Carol, how are you? And hi Susan. Lovely to have you here. Hopefully you've seen everything from the beginning. If not, hopefully you can watch it all later. So this is another, this is an A4 sheet, so these are all A5 in size. So you can use these as your little backing papers, or you can just use them to tear up as well, like what I'm going to show you with the tearable one. So if you do download it, I would recommend downloading it on card and on paper so that you've got that choice. And I'll tell you which paper I use in a minute. And then you've also got this page, again, little A5 sizes, so the perfect sizes for little cards. So you've got the swirls as if you're going down the rabbit hole, and you've got them in pinks and blues. Again, if you do the download, you can print it off as often as you like. So you've got all these elements to print off again and again. So on this page, you've got all your little toadstools. They're all in different sizes because I wanted it to be, you could either be the small version of Alice or be the big version of Alice. You've got Humpty here in the cup, you've got the bigger cup, and then you've got all the cups stacked, you've got them smaller, and you've got your Cheshire Cat. And then you've also got this page. Again, you've got your rabbit, different sizes. You've got Alice sitting in her chair or on her knees. You've got Humpty going two different ways, so you can move them around. You've got the big clock, and you've got the hair bow, and again, a Cheshire Cat. You've also got this page, so you've got different sizes of the hat, so you can put it on her head or on the cat's head. You've got some hearts, different size bows. Again, this is the massive Alice if you want to have her in her shrinked version of the house. Then you've also got this page which is more of the checks because I use it for the floor and things. Then you've got a gift tag template, and then the back page, you've got all these little tiny versions of artwork that I created that you can just cut off and use as little card toppers if you wish. So that's the kit. You love Alice, Carol. Yeah, I do too. It's been a lot of fun creating this. It's been a lot of work, but I've really enjoyed it. So now I want to show you how I made this Humpty card. First of all, let me show you some other cards that, so that if you've so you can get inspired. So I made this gift tag with it all, and here's another one with the stacked cups, and one with Alice with the big bow and the cat, and this one too. I found that once I started tearing out all those elements and cutting them up, there was lots of ways that I could use it. So I'm hoping that when you all get yours home, or if you print them all off, that you'll find that there's a lot of ways that you can use it. And then this was the big large Alice. I haven't really put her on a card yet, but I've made her on. So that's what I've done. I know that my design team have been working on things as well, so hopefully I can show you them. But for now, I think I'll show you how to do Humpty. Has anybody got any questions? So thank you, Susan. I'm pleased that you think it's a lovely kit. Name, get it, Lewis Carroll. Oh yeah, Carol Lewis, yeah. You are Lewis Carroll. That's brilliant. It's lovely that you're here watching when that's your name. That's a great name. I love it. Right, I'm going to turn it around and get started on the demo. Here's my little thing to turn it. Right, let me just get organised. Let me move all the kit away and get this moved around. And I probably need to move it up a little bit. So if you just bear with, I can move it up, and hopefully that's okay, the light's okay. So this is what I'm going to show you how to make, and from the elements I've already shown you, that all of the elements are here. So this is one of the little A5 backing sheets that was in there, and if I just get the tearable sheet. So this was the tearable sheet. Now what I've done is I've taken, I'll show you, I've cut them, I've already torn them all out. So and I'll just show you, just, you know, I know that you know how to tear paper, but if you just go around and just gradually go all the way around, then you can tear all these bits out. And the next one I tore out was this one. And I've also torn out this one down the rabbit hole, so down, down, down. If I do that, just I don't want to like waste the time showing you how to tear when you know how to tear. And then this one here was the tearable one from here. So I've just gone around and torn those out, and then I've also, with the black checked paper as well, I've gone around and I've torn out some bits so that they go like that, so that you can have bits that go around the side, down the side. So I'm just going to get my glue, and the first thing I'm going to stick down on here is the down, down, down. I'm going to stick it around about there, and I'm just using a normal Pritt stick. So I find that it works fine for this. So I'm just going to stick that down around about there. And I'm going to use my pencils to blend these into the backgrounds as well, but you can use your distressed inks and things if you prefer. The other thing I tore out was some little kisses, and I'm going to just stick them down as well. So I'm going to stick them probably around about there. And I quite like it going off the edge because it gives it that sort of rough sort of look. And then with the checked paper, I've just torn it out in lots of different strips like so. So I'm going to bring this one down a little bit so that it's coming over the top of that word, those words. But still edging them. So I'm just off the camera, just sticking this on my Pritt stick. And then I'm going to stick it down, probably about there. And then this one here, I'm going to stick it down in this corner down here. I'm hoping that everybody's well tonight, enjoying the sunshine, and hope you've had a nice Easter. Again, I'm just sticking, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just going along the top of my Pritt stick basically, trying to get to the edges and just putting as much glue on there as I can. And then I'm going to stick this one down about there. And then again, another little bit of the checked paper, I just went in and made it into an L shape so that I can put it down here. Again, I'm just gluing. Has anybody got any questions, or has anybody popping in to say hello? I'm just going to line that up there and go over the top. And then again, I did another piece. I do things in threes. It looks good in threes. It's a bit like when you're doing your mixed media and you're using your different stencils and things. You tend to do them in the threes to make things look like a triangle, because the eye likes that in the design world. So there we've got all those on. And the other thing I want to put just down here is the little torn out Curaser and Curaser that I've done. What paper card would you recommend? Right, for printing, and this is what I use, and I think it's really good. If I bring it in, it says high-end inkjet paper. It's A4, it's 230 GSM archival matte single-sided, and when you print it off, it really it makes everything a bit more vibrant. I'll show you a comparison near the end of what it looks like just printed on normal card in comparison to that one. It makes it a little bit more vibrant, and you can use your pencils on top of it as well, which is why I really like it. So you can use all these images, but you can still go on and layer on more colour to make them look brighter. So then I'm going to put Curaser and Curaser about there. So I'm just kind of like layering things up. And then before I start putting Humpty and the cup, so I've cut all these out already, and again with the cup I've cut it down through there so that you can get through this area with your scissors, and then you can just glue it down and you don't ever know that you've cut down through that, just so that you don't have the paper still there. So yeah, before I start bringing them in, I'm just going to put my lid on my glue. I'm bringing in my pencils, and I'm just going to show you. So I'm using like a Sanguine. This is a Faber-Castell pencil, but what I like to do when I've got my backings done is go around the edges with my pencils and start to edge them off. So if I just turn it back around, I would go, whoops, I would go right along the top just to get rid of the white, and then start to drag in some colour. So you've already got the pinks and a little bit of the yellow in here, but you can start using your own pencils to bring in more yellow or add in other colours if you like. So I'm just going to go around and edge a little bit. And then same on the white and the check, just to keep it all cohesive. I'll just drag a little bit of that colour in on over some of the white. And all the way, now I'm rushing, you know, because I want to show you all of the demo. But I would take my time and add as much colour as you like. So with this sanguine, it's a really good one, and if you press down hard and start to burnish it, it starts to get shiny, so you start to make it look a little more like a vintage kind of look. Plus you're making the edges look a little bit more finished. So I would do all that all the way around, and then bring in some of the colours that are already in there. I'm going to use this dark Naples and come over the top, and then just emphasise the yellow, and if you press hard to burnish it, it starts to look shiny. So I would just find different areas in there where I would do that, and maybe bring a little bit of the yellow in onto some of those checks. And then to bring in the cohesive sort of look with the paper going against the pink, I'm using the beige red in the Faber-Castell, and then I would colour over the top of some of that, lots of different layers, and build it up. You won't really see much difference with that at the minute, but if you go right round and just keep building it up, I'm just going to bring in a little bit of the yellow, and if you bring it in so it's coming down some of these lines just in different areas, just to add a little bit more colour. And then what I would say as well is, once you've got these characters all cut out, I'm just going to move that to the side. I would do the same, because once you've cut them, you've got this sort of like white sort of area that you can see where the scissors have been. So to make them look more round, I'm going to just use my cinnamon pencil, and like the same as that, go around the edges and get rid of that white. So I'll do that all the way around, and then again there's room, even though that colour's already there, there's room for you to come in with your pencils if you like using your pencils and add a bit more colour to Humpty. And again, if you wanted to make his cheeks a bit brighter, I would come in over them with the red, and same with his lips. So you can really build up, and same with these shoes. If you come around this edge and get rid of that white, and if where that circle is, if you just press down hard and burnish, you can make the end of his shoe look really shiny. So you can do that all the way around, maybe down the edge here as well, just to get rid of all that white. So I'm not going to colour all of him in like that, because it takes a while. I might put a wee bit of red on his nose. Give him a little bit more of a red bit on his nose. But just to show you that the colours are already there, but you can make them more vibrant. If I just bring in the finished one, you can, by adding more layers of colour on top, you can make them look really vibrant. So I'm going to now get the cup, and again with the cup, do the same, go around the edges with the blue, and then if you press in hard to make it shiny, just where this white bit is, then you can make it look more realistic. Just going to turn this around, and it makes the cup look round if you have it darker at the outside and then drag the colour in a little bit to make it brighter. Can you see the difference by doing that? And again down here. So I've left it that you can put your shadows and things in as well. So with a brown, just here, and come over the top. If you put a little bit of brown in here, then it gives you that sort of shadowed look. And again, you can do the same in here. I know that the most people who follow me and who come to my classes and things are people who love their pencils. I know not everybody does, but I wanted to do something so that you could still use your pencils with it. So by doing that, you can bring in your line. So there's a lot that you can still do with these images. Right, so we're going to stick our cup in around about there. So I'll just get my glue. If anybody wants to pop in and say hello, or if you have any questions. If I don't respond to you during the live hour, then I will come back in afterwards and get back to you if you do have a question. So like I said, I cut that cup, cut the handle away, but when you've got your glue there, you can stick it back down. So I'm going to put the cup around about there, and then just make sure I bring in my handle and stick it down. So in the actual artwork, there's got a little tea bag that comes out. So what if I show you the actual, sorry, let me just show you the real cup before it's cut out. So before we cut out the cup, it looks like that, and you have your little tea bag. So I cut it without the tea bag and cut the tea bag separately. I have it here, whoops, I have it here. And what I'll do is I'll use my pen to draw the line coming down. So I'm going to stick it on in a minute. I'll put Humpty on first. I would colour him a lot more before I put him in. We're going to have him sitting there in the cup. You can either use your glue and have him flat, or I quite liked using the sticky dots so that it gives a bit of dimension. So I'm just going to stick these onto the back. And you just bear with while I get the little sticky back bit off. They're always a little bit fittery, aren't they? So then he's going to have that sort of 3D sort of element, so I'm going to stick him about there. Starting to come together. And then we have his hat. So again, I'm going to decide where I want it, about there. So I'm just going to put the glue there on this area and leave this bit here without. Again, I would colour the hat with your pencils to make it more vibrant and to edge it off. I'll show you the difference. So here you can see, because I haven't done it, you've got the little white areas going around there, but if you go around with your pencil and colour that bit in black, then it just looks a little, put a little shadow in on his head as well, which I'll do with you now actually. So I'm going to use a dark sepia. I don't know what that bit is. So a dark sepia, and just go around the bottom of his head, try and edge off that a little bit, and then just gradually drag lightly with light circular motions. You can start to create a little bit of a shadow coming down there. Oops. So just continue to do that nice and lightly, and then have it at its darkest directly under the hat for better effect, and then let it get lighter and lighter as it goes down his face. So we have that bit done. I'm going to edge, I'm going to turn him around and just edge this little bit with the sanguine again. So coming down and burnishing it and dragging in a little bit of colour. Hopefully that's picking up on the camera, that you can see that it just finishes it off a little bit in those areas, and again up the side and down the bottom. I would do all these before you put Humpty on, but I just get excited about putting them on and just want him on his cup. And the same up here. I'm bringing some of that into the tearable paper as well to edge that off. And then if you want to make it even darker around the edge, this one's a really good one, burnt sienna And if you do that directly on the edge, then it just gives that dimension where it's really dark and it gets lighter and lighter. And if you decide that you don't want all of these kisses to be pink, I'm just going to go over a couple of them and have some of them black as well. So I'm hoping that you can see that there's quite a lot of things you can adapt and change with this kit. Let me just put my lid on my glue because I'm really guilty of leaving that and then I end up having to buy another one. Right, so now I've cut a piece of mount board, just plain black, the length of what the card, an A4 sheet is, so this is the A6 sheet of backing paper, and then it fits on there quite nicely. If I just stick it down, and then I'll show you what I did on the bottom. So I'm just gonna glue the back. You don't have anything to see other than black card at the minute. So if I just try and centre that, maybe around about there. I'm not sure if that's straight because I'm not sitting at the right angle. I don't think it is 100% straight, but I'm not at the right angle. Maybe it's okay. And then if you cut the backing, the checked paper so that it's the same length as the A5, and then tear it to make it look rugged, then it's quite nice if you put it down here. So I'm going to get my glue again. Hi Jackie, it's nice that you could make it. You're not that late. It's such a nice evening, so it's probably a shame for me to expect you to be in at 7 o'clock. So I'm just going to put this here. And so I quite like it when it's rough at the bottom. So stick that down. And then I cut out the words Curiouser and Curiouser. Now again, I like to go around things and edge them off with my pencils. So I'm just going to use the same colour that I've been using throughout just to edge this off. Now if you prefer using your inks and things like that, then you know, that's fine. Just edging that. Again, I would take my time and do it. I get into a rush when I'm doing the Facebook Lives because I think I might not have enough time to show you everything. And actually I've got loads of time. I've still got half an hour. So doing that, and again it's quite nice with a cream or an ivory to add a little bit more, so a little bit of the cream in there, and then if you go over the top of it with an ivory and you burnish it, it shines it up a little bit, or a white, just, and then if you use the burnt sienna right on the edge, then it just makes it look like there's more of a dimension to it. Well, thank you, Jackie. I'm happy that you like the look of Humpty. He looks like he's been on something other than just tea. He looks a little bit tipsy, but he's been quite a character in this collection. I've really enjoyed finding different ways to use him in the cards and different projects. So that's enough of that for now. I'll maybe do a little bit more. So I'm going to stick it probably around about there. So just again putting on some glue. Whoops, sorry. And then the good thing is with this check paper, it's got lines so you can kind of see if you've got it straight or not. So put that there, and again, like what I've been doing the rest of the time to make it look more cohesive, going around the edges. And sorry, I just need to keep turning it. And it's quite nice if you go in and do a few of this in amongst some of the checks. In one of the other ones I coloured in the checks all different colours, which was quite nice as well, and quite relaxing. So I'm just going to, while I'm still building up the card, I'm just going to add some more colour inside the cup. If you have like a glittery gel pen or something, I've got just this one, and I used it around the rim of the cup because it's like I don't know if you can see the shine starting to come in if I do that, but if you go around where the gold rim of the cup is, it kind of helps it look more like a china sort of cup. And then I'm just gonna, with my blue, just add a little blue along here, along this rim. And a little bit of the yellow, and then I'm going to put some more of the gold pen in on top, just to make it. So I tend to leave a little area that's kind of white, just to give a shine. So that little area there, and then the rest I would build up again with more colours. And then this little area with the gel pen, and then maybe a little bit coming around the rim on the inside there, and maybe there. I'm not sure if you can see the shine, but it is there, and it looks quite nice from where I am at the minute. And then you can follow that gold. You could bring some of the gold in the rest of the card if you wanted. I'm going to darken up the leaves as well, just to make them look a little bit more vibrant. Just move Humpty's leg a minute. And because I've got a little bit of green on there, I'm just going to add a little bit more. So like I said, I would go around all your characters and edge them all with the pencil before you get him on his cup, just to make him look more vibrant. I was in a hurry to show you, but if you go around and edge all that, it just helps to make his legs look more round. And of course it just makes them more vibrant as well. If I can get in there. So I've ended it all. I mean, these are not in the kit, but if you're a crafter, I'm sure you've got lots of nice little gems and flowers and things. So I just stuck them there, and then again put one up here at the top. So that's the card. Hopefully, oh, I haven't put on his tea bag. So remember I said earlier on that I cut the tea bag out when doing the cup. I'm just going to glue that, and I'm going to stick it around about there, maybe there, maybe there, so that you can still see his foot, maybe there. And again, I would edge it, go around and do your little bits that you do, and then there's a line that's already in there from where so you can see this line coming up here. If you bring it up and just with a black pen just come around and join up your little tea bag, you could maybe have a little circle there as well, or have it just hooked around. And again, you know, just go over that as often as you need, just to darken it up. But there you go. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Oh yes, Susan I can't wait for you to use it either. I'm hoping that you'll show me in the group. I'm going to start bringing out my pencils now and just darkening up little areas. So I'm just using the coral of my Faber-Castell because it's quite close to that pink that's already in there. So, but it's really nice to go around where you've torn the paper and just go around and darken that up. And again, what I didn't show you is creating a shadow underneath the cup. So I'm using like a dark sepia. So if you start to just go around the bottom of the cup and create a little bit of a shadow, so keeping it light as you come further down, having it at its darkest at the very top, and then gradually bring that shadow down. Then it starts to make the cup look like it's actually sitting there. Coming up around here a little bit. And then just gradually dragging it down. And having it so that it's kind of like the same sort of shape. So if you think of the shape of the cup, then you kind of want your shadow to be a similar kind of shape coming down. And then use black directly underneath it. So coming in with the black and make that bit right under there just really, really dark. And again, if you've got a blue, you can start to darken up. You can see now why I say go around and do all your images before you stick them down, just edging them all, because it makes it look so much more finished. Just looks better, I think. But of course, do as you wish. So I'm just darkening up. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow in there and in there as well, and darken up that bit in there for more of a shadow. So I would just sit and potter away with this for probably another hour or so, just going around it with my pencils, darkening up my rose, make it a little bit shiny as well. So we'll bring in an orange. Of course, if you don't like using your pencils, the images are fine just to use as they are. But because I'm a pencil freak, if you know me, I just like bringing my pencils in. So if you find another little area on the rose and just burnish it every now and again, it can start to look shiny. Burnishing just means pressing your pencil down hard and bringing all the colours together in case you're not familiar with pencils and the terms used. But I'm just bringing a bit of red in here. So it's been a bit quicker than an hour. I usually do an hour Facebook Live. I mean, I'm happy to sit here and keep colouring if you're happy to stay with me. But most of it, you've gotten the idea anyway. If you have the kit, you know how to make that card now. So I should probably give you details on what's happening with the kit. So as you know, there's going to be a stamp as well. This is just the card making collection. There's going to be a stamp and a colouring and drawing collection and a mixed media one, and I'm going to show you the colouring one next Thursday, same time. I'll bring that one to show you. And if you wanted to pre-order, because they're all in production at the minute, they're not going to be ready until mid-May. If you want to pre-order, they are all on my website. I'm not I'm better off doing pre-orders because I'm just a small independent person and I can't really afford to have lots and lots of stock. So I'm just doing it all as pre-orders so that I know that I'm going to sell it. But if you want to do a digital download, they're on there now. So there's a bundle where you can get the colouring and drawing collection, and you can get the mixed media and this card making collection as a bundle, or you can go in and buy them all individually and then just download them to your PC and print them off as often as you wish. So it's quite a nice idea that even if you do have the pre-order, to have the downloadable kit as well, because then you'll always have these images. If you think, oh, I really like the down, down, down bit, and then you'll always have them that you can just print them off. But yes, next week I'll do the colouring and drawing. So in that collection there's mostly colouring, but there's also elements where I'll show you how to draw as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I was going to show the lady the difference of when you print off with the inkjet paper and normal card. So if you just bear with me until I find it, because I've moved everything around now. Right, so let me just, I think I'll turn it around. Maybe it's easier if I turn it around. Oh, hi Carol. I'm happy that you enjoyed the demo. Sorry, let me just, I've forgotten how to work the camera. So I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to show you, I'm hoping that you can see the difference in the quality. So if you use the archival matte, I'm wondering if you can see the difference. This is the matte one, which I recommend, which is much more vibrant, and that is just normal card. Can you see the difference? Can you? I don't know if you can see the difference, but this one here looks much more vibrant in real life in comparison to just the normal card. So it's, I'll show you what paper it is. It's this one here that I use. It's 230 GSM, so it's really nice as well. You can, as you can see, you can colour on top of it with your pencils and it looks really nice. So I recommend that. You might find something better. That's just what I found for me. Can you see the difference, Kim? Good. I really like this one. It feels really nice and shiny, and it's got really nice vibrant colours, and like I say, you can go in over the top and colour it to make it more vibrant and just to have fun colouring if you enjoy doing that. So hopefully I've shown you enough. You've enjoyed the demo, hopefully, and hopefully you'll join me next Thursday to do the colouring and drawing. I don't know which image I'm going to use yet. I haven't printed it off tonight, but I'll come up with something. If anybody's just joined me, if you look back at the beginning, I've showed lots of different finished samples. There's another one with Humpty, so you can give him the bow instead of the hat if you prefer. And then you can have Alice really small, so that's her really big. And then that's her very small. So you can see there's quite a bit of choice in what you use. And then you've got your stacked cups and things. And there she's small again with a bigger toadstool. And her with a big bowl. Oh, you're still there, Rebecca. It's always nice if you stay till the end. Thank you. And then that's the one that I did quickly yesterday or the day before. So yeah, once I sit down and I think, oh, I end up just making loads of cards. Thank you, Kim. It was lovely to have you join me tonight. And Carol, again, I love your name. That's brilliant. Carol Lewis. Okay, I shall go for now. I'm sorry it didn't last a full hour, but I'm sure you've got lots to do on a lovely evening like this. Take care, everybody. And thank you, everybody who's already purchased and pre-ordered. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.